Alright. What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Satoshi motherfucking Heavy, sounding in with another dose of crypto right for you. Hope you're ready. We'll also cover a few Forex pairs, gold being one, was it NZD USD, NZD pair, NZD NOK, and I think that might be it. Alright, so with that, let me get us transition in 3, 2, and 1. What's up, everybody? Hope you had a nice 2-day break away from my voice, and hope you're ready for it. About to be an hour-long session. Hopefully we can cover some money-making moves today. If you're not in my group, I am currently long. With anticipation of it going up. I had an idea that this could come down, test this one more time, and then go back up. In which case, I would still be long because my stop was just right here up above this 499 level. If you haven't joined us, or this is your first time joining us, during our midweek discussions, we discuss intraday plays and day trades. And everybody who is more of a swing trader or positional trader, the talk that you're interested in probably will be saved for Sunday when we talk about more of the high time frame plays and high time frame analysis. So if you're interested in your high time frame swings and trades like that, this may not interest you. So for our low intraday traders like myself, this is going to be a fun little take. So let's begin. Since the last time we updated, which was literally right at the top, I went short, and what has happened? Well, my idea initially was that this was the top. But since that moment, since that short, we came right back up into it, and we failed to break this pivot in less time and complexity. Therefore, I have no choice but to say that this top is going to get taken off at some point. Now, where or how that's going to happen, that's on for me to digest and understand. So how do I do that? I use time to help gauge when the most logical instance, not most logical instance, but the most logical time frame to expect that this move should happen in. And what the fuck? Oh, dude, that tripped the fuck out of me, dude. That was so weird. Dude, that's so weird. Sounds like it's coming from all around me but my speakers. Oh, dude, that was so weird. Hold on, time out. That was trippy. I have background music playing off the computer, right? Well, then all of a sudden, my speakers around my workspace started playing from my phone's Bluetooth because it was on still. And so it was super weird. It went from like music right in front of my face to all around me, and I was like, I didn't do that on purpose. Anyways, let me just restart this music because I like this background music. Pause. Okay, so again, I use time to help gauge when the most logical time frame to expect a move to the upside or move to the downside to show itself. And so one of the ways I do it is by system wave compatibility. If you don't know what system wave compatibility is, hey, finally we're getting the move we wanted to, thank God. I am now going to move my stop up from this. Let me just check so I'm not lying to you, so I know where my stop's at real quick. So I don't have Bybit open on the computer because it makes my computer lag for some fucking reason. 4514 is my stop, and I'm now gonna move it to my entry, essentially just above my entry. My entry was at 773, so I'm gonna move it. Oh, not 773, 673. 673. So I'm gonna move it to 8.7 to be exact, which is slight profit, probably just enough to cover for fees. But this is key in my type of trading. I trade with my goal for trading is risk-free trading, and how you do that is by entering the market in the most extreme time you could have possibly enter in both time and price. And in this aspect, I entered in the most extreme in time. So like I said, one of the ways I like judging time and when it's going to most logically break up or down is by system wave compatibility. And how you judge that is by understanding how Elliott wave works and how certain patterns are constructed. In this aspect, I'm studying a possible impulse. That's a 1, 2, 3, and a 4, and a 5. And so if I'm going to assume that this is some sort of impulse, then there's two separate sets of sisters or families within this impulse. You have your impulsive moves, which is your wave 1, 3, and 5. And then you have your corrective move, which is your other family, which is 2 and 4. And so how you judge price action in regards to Elliott wave is by grouping these families together and judging them based on each other. You can't necessarily judge the time aspects of a corrective phase in regards to impulsive phase, other than the fact that you could assume that your corrective phase will at least by a minimum be a 1-to-1 of the impulse that you're initially studying. But that doesn't really tell you, future price action of a sister wave like corrective phase. It won't give you that. So how you do that is by you study the correction itself or your impulse itself, and you study it against the new impulse or new corrective phase that you're currently studying. In this aspect, we're trying to determine, is wave 4 done? That's what we're trying to determine here. Is wave 4 done, and can we finally move up for wave 5 as an impulse? That's what we're trying to study here. And so how you do that is by you judge the time of 2. You find where you assume 1 ends. I assume 1 ends here because this is a 3-way move. That's a quick move down. That's a quick move down. This is a 5-way move up. So therefore, this can only be a flat within that aspect, and this move mimics that move in system-wave compatibility. Therefore, I have to deem this all 2 here. And so since I deem that all 2, I can now assume that if this is going to be 4, wave 4 will mimic wave 2, not necessarily in price, but in time. And so if we judge wave 2's time aspect, we assume that it's there to there, and we find a top of 3, and one might be asking why you have 3 there, not there or here. And it's just because this is the way I judge phases and stuff, and how I deem them. Most Elliotticians would probably assume that is part of an impulse, but this, I'll tell you right now, this is not an impulse at all. This is a correction. 100% correction. And if you deem that an impulse, you don't know anything about how corrections act and how impulsive act. This action, that's correction. That's correction. Breaking boundaries, that's impulsive. That's all you need to know. And so, since this was nowhere near breaking boundaries, nowhere parabolic from this point to that point, you can only assume that this is a corrective phase, especially if you're a neo-wave trader. And the reason, especially because the biggest reason why I believe that's because I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right there, boom. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And wave 5 is probably very similar to wave 1. Boom. And so that's the reason why I believe that. So since I believe that this is the high of 3, not this is the high of 3, I could assume that wave 4 starts here. And it makes perfect sense. You got to move down, breaks the pivot, but comes right back. So that's not characteristics of a reversal. It's characteristics of a correction. If this was going to be a true reversal, this move up wouldn't have been greater than a 618 of that move down. But since it was, now we can assume that this is not part of a new trend to the south, but rather some internal structure of a larger degree correction phase. In this aspect, we're assuming 4. And so since I assume 2 and 4 to be sister waves, I could assume that wave 4 will find a low within a 1-to-1, within a 1/3 range of a 1-to-1, which is what Glenn Neely states is the max amount of deviation you could assume for system wave compatibility, and therefore, to assume the most logical time to enter a trade, you have to find a logical low in this phase in here. And you notice how, see this move here? See this move here? This is not really characteristic of a major low. This is, though, and the reason why it's because that is because this is lower than that, and therefore I could assume, I could assume based on Elliott wave that this move here is internally held within this move there. And so what could actually be forming here is a little flat thing like this, and this will come down real quick, like a quick move down, and then this will hold, and this will come right back up. Again, this is why I'm moving my stop up, because this could happen, stop me out. I won't take a loss, but then I'll just rebid that, set a stop again there, take me out for a small win, which would be a no win because of fees. Rebid that with the assumption that this is going to still continue up, because all this action here seems corrected to me and not impulsive, and therefore I have to assume, because of these characteristics of threes in both directions, you know, contracting, held within a range, after one can assume a impulse, that it is a corrective phase. But I would really like that, you know, that's not close enough. This may be close enough for, you know, an ending move, but is it logical? Is it logical? You know, A, B, C. How would you get that? How would you account for that? W, X, Y? Sure, you know, a W, X, Y may work, but then, you know, you have to, time has to work then. To me, this does not work for time at all. You know, Y is really short, X is way longer than anticipated, and then, W is really short, X is longer than anticipated, and Y is extremely longer than anticipated, therefore it cannot be held within a WXY. And so, you know, this is why I'm believing that this right here is just some sort of little flat correction phase. Come down one more time, and then this low here, as long as we hold this trend line there, this box here would be a possible long opportunity for at least one more high. And yeah, so that's essentially it. That's what I'm looking for here. I honestly kind of want to short this, to be honest with y'all. Let's check something real quick. Decent volume there. Getting 5-wave impulse, ABC. That is lower. Oh, no, it's not. I mean, unless you're assuming this is like A, B, C, and that's part of it, and this is held within a flat here. But that doesn't really look like a flat to me. And I don't even think that works. It works to their downside. Like, this move to the downside is logical, could have made a requirement there. But that move back to the upside doesn't look like it's a 618 of that move there. Let's just check, just to make sure this is not possible. Wow. Wow. So it is possible. Notice how we literally, to the most bottom is... it is logical. But now we have to check one more thing. Is this move here of a 618 of that? If it is, then it's 100% logical. We could assume that this could be the low. But again, I just don't like it because it didn't break that low. If it would have broke that low, I would have been more with it. But it didn't. So, again, I'm more in favor of testing one more time to the low side, then breaking back up. Oh, wrong thing. Notice that we didn't hit the minimum requirement here. $6.8. We didn't hit the minimum requirement. So, you know, it's hard for me to assume that this move here is part of this entire move. I'm more with the idea that this is one move, A, B, C. B or X, A, B, C. And then let's just check if that works. Again, I might enter this short, dudes. You know what? Shooters fucking shoot. I'm gonna exit this small long here. It's a fucking 6% gain. Oh well. I was looking for more, but man, dude, this just looks like a fucking flat to me, man. Looks like a fucking flat. I'm gonna pause real quick before I enter this. I'm just gonna check if it makes sense. So ABC doesn't really fit for X, but it can still fit for B. All right, so it's gonna be very easy for me if this trade right here. I'm not gonna enter it yet. If we reject in this box here and start making on a 5-minute time frame, start rejecting to this downside, I'm going to be one to go short. But if we sustain upside movement after this, so say if we do this right here, past this box, I will hold my position long. But if we do this right here, reject, break that low right there, I'm going to short it with anticipation it's going to come down to the downside right there, and then re-long it there. Okay? And so, in the meantime, we're just going to hurry up, and I'm going to pop this chart out. I'm going to make a copy of it. And I'm going to move this over. I'm going to keep this on the background. So, just in case it does pop and does fit our requirement, I could be ready to tell y'all when I'm entering this trade short or exiting my trade long from earlier today. Okay? So let's just go on to ETH, and in the background this will be on high alert. This right here is on high alert. We're wondering if we should exit our longs from down here and to go short with anticipation that this is gonna come down one more time. The only thing I don't like about it is that, the system wave compatibility from 2 to 4 is pretty close to being up. So, for us to assume this, it will mean like a flat crash back and then a really quick buy up. And, is that logical? Very hard for me to really say that with, certainty. That's why we're going to use rules and Elliott wave to help us judge if this is going to be a good setup here. And again, the reason why I'm saying it, I'm not forbidden or certain on entering this at the moment. I'm actually going to enter it. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. But let me show you what's risky here. Let me explain to you what could be risky here. Shoot or shoot, dude. The worst can happen, I lose 1 to 2% of my account. Fuck it. And what can happen, I win 5 to 10% of my account. So, the reason why it's scary, again, is because, the max amount of time we could assume for wave 4 to wave 2 is right here. It's right there. And so, is it logical to us to assume that we get a flat crash? Let's just delete all this real quick. Delete all this real quick. That volume right there. Again, I haven't entered yet. I'll tell you when for certain I've entered a trade short. But I've not yet. I'm really wanting to, but again, I'm kind of happy with my long here, so maybe I'll just hold it. I don't know. Fuck it. Let's just see here. Oh, that's not what I was going to do. Alright, so I honestly think this might continue up. And let me explain to you why. It's because notice how this move here is 3 waves. This move here, it can only be assumed a B wave or an X wave. If it's an X wave, it has to be within a 1/3 range of a 1-to-1 of W. But it wasn't. It's not. So it can only be a B wave. But if it's going to be a B wave, the C wave has to mimic the time frame of A. But if it were to mimic the time frame of A, you notice that it will be way longer. And therefore, that wouldn't be logical because it exceeds the max amount of time for 4. So I think this is actually going to be the bottom for 4 here in this area. And this is actually going to take this top off. So I'm just going to officially say I'm just going to hold my position, set a trail stop for about $60. what's this? Hold on. What is this? From 833 to... So I'm going to set it for 40 bucks. I'm going to set my trail stop for 40 bucks. Now this is about 40 bucks away from my stop at the moment. And so if this continues up, then my stop will move up. And then I'll actually be in profit. I'm going to exit fully here and then start looking for shorting entries. Shorting opportunities. I'm not going to hope and pray for the upper targets to be hit. I'm just going to exit here, be happy with that. I'll probably be like 15 to 20% of my RIO. And see what happens on the top side. Okay? Alright, let's move to ETH. Again, I'm holding long, setting my trail stop for 40. My hard stop's at 8702, but if this continues up, my trail stop will move my stop up. So, ETH. ETH. ETH looks like in a slightly different pattern in Bitcoin. You know, this is 1, 2 for Bitcoin, but it doesn't really look like 1, 2. This means just check something here. Yeah, that does look like an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that could be a truncation. Yeah, I guess that would work. Again, same thing, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the time's so close to being up for wave 4 to 2 on both Bitcoin and Ethereum that to me, it wouldn't make sense to test that low because that means we would have to do a flat crash, which is, you know, and then right back up. To me, that price action, a flat crash and buy back up, this doesn't seem logical to me. So I'm just going to hold my long on Bitcoin. I'm not long on ETH. I'm not long on anything else. I'm actually not in any other trade besides gold and digital gold, which is Bitcoin. Short on gold, long on Bitcoin, so... Yeah, really no change for ETH. Essentially the same thing with ETH, you know. I'm not going to really discuss too much with ETH because I'm assuming the same kind of idea here. ABC. Really want ETH out of this zone. If ETH can start closing like 15-minute candles over 167, then we're going to probably see like 177, to be honest with you. But if we can't get over this, then this might just be some sort of beginning of a very complex corrective phase, which will end up being like a WXY, which will be B. Alright. Let's go to our other few pairs that we cover here. Start with Litecoin. Damn, what the fuck was that? Is that BTSV? Yeah. Hold on real quick. I'm not adding to my positions. Buy low, sell high. Don't, you guys. try not your best to be a breakout trader. Only time you want to be a breakout trader is when you have very logical reasons to, like for Elliott Wave or something like that. But if you're just being a breakout trader based on like structure and not like rules on Elliott Wave, then I think that's not a good way to trade. That is strange as fuck. Why does see that? That's weird as fuck. Did anyone know why like my whatever crosshair doesn't show on both sides anymore? I swear I used to do that, but I guess it doesn't do that anymore, which is kind of frustrating. So I'm just trying to judge where these lows are on the Litecoin in regards to Bitcoin, so I could kind of see where Litecoin's at. So this low is December 18th. That low is also December. So what's this high here? This high is January 7th. This high here is December 30th. December 30th, which is this high here. Okay. Don't think that works though. Let's see here. That wouldn't make sense to me. No. Makes no sense. No. So I was trying to see if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the end, but no. This is too short. So let's just make sure this is lasting. Making sure all things are passing rules. We don't want to throw out a count that breaks a rule and then, we get caught blindsided. We discard the rules. So what I was trying to see if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, stays above wave 1 territory. I don't think this is part of the impulse. I think this is part of this is a correction here. This is a flat. Because Bitcoin does this. So I believe that, that's a flat. And so now I'm just making sure that, it fits. This move here is greater than a 1-to-1 of this move here, and it is. So I could assume that this could possibly be like a quick 3 of some sort. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 for the extension and 5th wave of A. Let's just see if, time works this way. This doesn't look too good, to be honest with you. This structure here makes me want to short. It does, dude. Maybe because it's testing a high, but it just doesn't look good for a continuation. Talk about disgusting price action here. This is A, B, C though. A, A, B, C, D, E, C. 1, 2. I'd probably have to label this. Which works. I don't like that though, dude. I don't. I just don't like that. It makes me want to short. I really wish I'm gonna open up a second account on Bybit for these instances because this would be a great short opportunity. But then I don't want to exit my long just in case it does just keep going up, and then me just left in a dust because I decided to change my mind last fucking minute. By the way, there's only one way to hedge. If you're hedging at the same price, you're fucking stupid. This is how you hedge. Is this? You have a certain idea, like say from instance. Today I had an idea that it was bullish for today, and we're buying the low, so we bought the low. All right, you wouldn't also short with anticipation of breaking from that same spot. Fuck no, that's dumb. Instead, you buy that, set your stop. When price starts going the other way, then at this point you're like, okay, once it hits like a logical resistance zone or a logical like wave count in regards to Elliott wave, going against your initial idea, that's when you enter a hedge. So you enter the long from down here. Price moves up to an extreme, resistance zone. Could possibly be like a flat of some sort, logical. So you enter a short there, and then you move your stop up. So you have no risk on this trade, no risk. And so if price was to continue up, well then this trade would get stopped out for a small loss, but you wouldn't really see it because you would see it if you're not good with money management and you don't fucking set yourself appropriately. Then you're gonna eat a loss that's too big. But if you know how to manage your money and manage your risk, then this loss that you take from that short hedge will be so minimal for that win that it won't even matter. But the goal you want for this type of hedge is this. You try to make the most extreme trade possible in both time and price, so it's high, whatever. And then that gives you the opportunity, because usually when you enter at an extreme in price and time, if you're wrong, even if you're wrong, usually if you hit an extreme in price and time, you get some sort of movement in your direction. But if you're wrong, it'll come back at you. But, if you're right, it'll just keep going. And so, with this idea, hit an extreme. As soon as you get a quick little movement in your favor, drop your stop. Drop your stop. To like really close to entry or at entry. And then you let both of them ride risk-free. That's how you hedge appropriately. I love Kraken because you're able to do this on Kraken. Not so much on on these exchanges, but that's why I want to open up a second account for this instances. Because this will be a perfect hedging opportunity. We bought the low, great buy. We bought the low or down into low, not on Litecoin but on Bitcoin, which is a buy essentially across all majors, which is Litecoin, Ethereum. And now we're at a high extreme with a possibility that this is like a fucking flat of some sort that we're seeing. So it'll be a perfect hedging opportunity. But since I can't do that, I'm just gonna tell you what I would do if I had the opportunity and ability to. I would hedge. Great opportunity. If you bought that low. If you didn't buy that low, you're only shorting this. You're not hedging. That'd be stupid if you hedge up here, because then you're just wishing. People who hedge at the same price are just wishful thinkers. Oh shit! I forgot to look at Bitcoin ETH. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe? Expanding diagonal, possibly? This might actually be an expanding diagonal. Wave 2, short and snappy. The only thing that didn't really work is wave 4 really didn't have more price action than 2 did. But it fits the characteristics of it in regards to 1 and 3 only hit the boundary. Wave 5 doesn't hit the extreme. But wave 1 wasn't long enough in my opinion. So I don't know. I don't really like it. This though looks like a one, two, three, four, five. Break that high down. You know, that I like this more as the A, B, C. One, two, three, four, five. Above this zone, and I'm bullish on ETH. But I think we reject this area. Create this. Break this. Come down. This could be a flat, but I think it's going to break that low. And once ETH BTC breaks this low, this will be such a buying opportunity on ETH across the board that you don't even understand. And the reason why is because you're hitting an extreme in price and time on ETH BTC after we're assuming this is going to be a flat. After ETH USD, where the fuck are we? ETH USD, in my opinion, printed a breakout. And so when ETH BTC finds that final low, it'll be when ETH is correcting this initial impulse. And therefore, ETH will be a very good buying opportunity as soon as you get a logical corrective phase conclusion. Ooh, that rejection looks pretty. That's what I want to see for a rejection. Again, I'm not gonna go short. I'm just gonna let it ride. Let it ride, because time is basically up for an impulse, so I'm just gonna let it ride. Okay, covered ETH BTC, covered Litecoin USD, Land USD, BTC. What's the other pair we used to cover? Litecoin. Was that it? Was that it? Oh shit, I don't know if I'm answering any questions. I'm so sorry. If anyone asked me any questions in the course of this past 2 hours, whatever hour, I'm so sorry, because I have... Why did you enter your long initially? Oh, I'm sorry, again, I'm sorry for not... I'm assuming you're going to talk about Bitcoin. I'll get right back to that at the end of the things. For Land BTC, I'm still thinking of this. This is going to be my swing trade for the year on crypto. Still thinking of this. This is like a fucking flat, in a flat. Buy if we get down here for sure. Alright, Land BTC doesn't look like... Good upside possibility here. Broke. This is X pivot. You broke it. You know, this looks really good for a continuation. This looks corrective. Looks really good for a continuation. I'm waiting for a buying setup. I think we'll get that buying setup once Bitcoin corrects its final leg. I guess we could talk about BTCV as well. Sometimes with these extreme impulses move like this, you don't get the final pop-up for wave 5. Sometimes. Sometimes it's like so truncated that it fucking stays under. This is an ABC. That's it. That looks like an ABC. It would make sense with Bitcoin being near its top, in my opinion, because I would expect this to, you know, bleed with Bitcoin a little bit. It might be more bullish, not bleed as much in percent, but I expect it to go with Bitcoin or follow Bitcoin in regards. This move here didn't really break any major pivots, though. That's what's, you know, kind of alarming. I wouldn't necessarily short this fucking thing, But I can see this for sure. And in that case, it would probably be a buying opportunity. Because that would A, B, or W, X, Y. Zigzag. Some 3. Flat. Some just snap the fuck out. Talk about a move, though. Alright, you plebs, what is up? Okay, covered ETH BTC, covered Litecoin USD, covered LAN, covered BTCV, XRP. Oh, that's the other one. XRP. I would really like us to get down, break this low to complete my idea that I assumed was happening. That'll make me really confident in a buying opportunity. Up here, you know, I don't know. That's just wishful thinking that it's gonna break out. Cause I can't really make sense of this particular pattern impulsively, only correctively. Therefore, I would rather, you know, prove to me that it was indeed a correction by breaking that low, which completes an ABC in my opinion. Holds like a 1.382 and then comes back up, sweeps that, buyer, stop, target there. Okay, Zervana, I will get to your questions. Be patient with me. We have a lot of stuff to cover before we get there. Alright, so what happened last time? This is the last time. This is so strange to me. That could be either seen as really bullish or... This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. It's hard, you know, this gigantic wick, the scam wick, you know, it could be C, and therefore this can be just wave 2. It's coming up for 3. If we start trading above 1570, 1580 on gold, I will have no choice but to assume that we're wrong here. It's going to continue up. But as long as we stay under that, I think, you know, shorts are of interest. DXY, see what's happening in DXY. A whole lot of nothing so far. A whole lot of nothing. Yo, I missed a session. Don't worry. All the charts will be posted. And in about an hour, my upload will be posted as well. Oh my gosh. My phone's about to die. Fuck. Shit. Hold on. I don't want it to die because it takes fucking too long to charge. Give me a second. Okay. Alright. Well, you're a high time frame trader. I'm a low time frame trader, so I'm just gonna keep playing with the low time frame. I'm gonna keep playing with the low time frame trade gives me. I'm not a very good swing trader. I'm a very good day trader. So I'm just gonna keep playing with the day trades give me. And right now it looks bearish, but it's 50-50 because that stupid scam wick kind of looks. The scam wick's kind of fucking throwing me for the loop there. For Euro USD, this still looks like it's gonna come down, test that low. I would still be one to be short on Euro USD. No change on Euro USD. Breaking above 1.11731 will be the game changer there. But as long as we sustain under that, I think this low near 1.09 and 1.102 will be tested. Which then will be a buying opportunity, in my opinion. Because this will complete a WXY or something like that. NZD USD knock. I apologize for that. So this looks like exactly what this looks like. It's gonna do what I initially thought it was gonna do, and it's gonna end up being a little bull flag, break up, reject, come back down. Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Yes. Break, dude. Risk-free trading, dude. Literally, when I started applying risk-free trading, my equity curve literally started going parabolic. Apply it. Yes, you might lose fucking 20 trades in a row or get stopped out in 20 trades in a row. But you won't have any losses. And that's the key. Alright, let's keep it moving, guys. So on this pair, what a mess here. What a mess. I'm with this. Someone's like revving their fucking quad outside my door, and it's kind of annoying. You fucking yeehaws. Where the fuck is it? I am absolutely doomed. Okay. I mean, we have moved down since that top, so that's good at least, but it didn't really give us a really good trading plan in regards to this, other than that we would not want to be long at that top. I was wrong on this particular pair when I shorted here. I didn't loot anything, but I shorted here and I was stopped out for break even, and I was a pleb because I didn't long that. Dude, that trade will haunt me in Forex, but oh well. I was very salty I didn't listen to myself after telling myself that, hey, if it breaks up, you're probably going to be in a wave 5 impulse. Totally forgot about it. The next thing I knew it was up here. Like, oh, okay, that's great. Missed that long. So, but shorting was a good idea. So if I'm going to assume this is an impulse, one or two things. It's going to at least take a 1-to-1 of this, unless it's going to be an ABC and your B wave is going to be quick and snappy, which is very rare, and it's not what we trade for, ever. We always assume the more logical and simplest of structures first, then we start going to your more unlogical and more, you know, complex structures. That's the word I'm looking for. More complex structures. And so since I'm deeming this all an impulse. This is definitely a leading diagonal. This is definitely a 4 that mimics 2 in time. Notice how they mimic each other in time extremely well. Look at that. Boom! Hits the low right in the time frame we need. I believe this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leading diagonal. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Forex follows the time aspect so well. It's not even funny, man. Like, it probably follows it better than crypto. And I don't trade Forex as much. I don't know why. It's probably because I just move so fucking slow. And I don't have $1 million just throwing at this shit. So I don't really see the gains I want to see in regards to crypto. You know, in comparison to crypto. Like, it's easy to make really good money in crypto, in my opinion, because it just moves a lot more. And you don't have to have, like, a fucking $200,000 account. I'm only trading with a 5-figure account. I'm not rich, guys. Like many of you might think, but I started with less than $1,000, so that's what makes me happy. You gotta keep it moving. So with this idea that we can assume that this is gonna at least take a 1-to-1 of this time, I do think this is gonna be, you know, some sort of correction. This is gonna be whatever this move ends up being is for shorting. It'll probably do that, you know, and then this will be your actual buying opportunity. If we hit a high in the time we need to make a low, that's a great shorting opportunity, by the way. If we make a low here, you know, a logical low, a 3-way corrective structure, before the time we can assume a logical low to be made, but then subsequently make a high in the logical time we need to make a low, that's a great shorting opportunity, because you're assuming, you know, since we need at least a 1-to-1 or within a 1/3 range of a 1-to-1 to assume a logical low for a impulse. And so since we made a high, which that's not logical in regards to making a conclusion of that move there. So that's a very good shorting opportunity. But I do think NZD USD a shorting opportunity. I'm just trying to figure out what exactly is this. I would be one to, you know, probably scale in now. Wouldn't be a bad idea, because this looks like all one move here. You know, this looks like a flat. That's all I'm saying. That looks like a flat. you can assume that's all a move here. That's fine. But this looks like a flat, and this, you know, one more move down. And this move here looks like an impulse. And so I'm assuming that's, you know, that's one move there at least. The thing that will bite you in the ass if it does this. A, you know, A, B, C. B, or A, B, C, and this will come up one more time. And that will be your actual, this would actually be the one, the short you want. And not this. But this is why you never go all in on any particular trade. Any particular trade. You always have 2 trades set up before an idea. Always. Your initial entry and then your confirmation entry. Unless you're like a confirmation trader where you enter on confirmation, which, you know, that's great, but sometimes it gets you in a really bad risk reward for like stop placements. And that's not how I don't like trading like that. So GPD USD is here for our idea has stayed true. So yeah, from this high, we assumed a down low and then move back up, and that has happened though so far. This looks like it will give us a second buying opportunity. Doosh. Doosh. If you look at this, you know, this looks bad. Oh my gosh, it's even worse on the 4 hour. Yeah, that's a shorting opportunity in my opinion. And if the 4 hour can hold this 44 range on GPT USD, then our idea that this is going to come up for, you know, this A, B, C is going to be true. All right. What else have we covered or haven't covered? Covered NCD USD. Covered. We have covered everything. Now we go back to Bitcoin. All right. Okay, let's go back to Bitcoin real quick, and I want to explain to Zervana what made me flip my bias. Because yes, I was short last night, but I closed and went long. I had a stop sell. We all had a stop sell, but I flipped bias this morning when I woke up, and I'll tell you why. Let me explain to you my mindset and how I, you know, what goes into my thinking. In regards to this, it's a zero emotion game. If you have emotions in this, you're fucked. You're done. You're fucked. How you put your emotions at bay is by understanding rules and believing in them. Believing in them. If you don't believe in the rules that you're trading, you're not gonna fucking do anything with it. You're not. You're just not. And so again, let's just explain step by step what went into my mindset and why I went long. We were short from basically the top 8.8, right? If I'm not mistaken. Can't remember. Anyway, we're short from somewhere in there, right? This move here, this is when well, not that move, but when we did that, this is when I decided to just close my position. When we went back up. And let me explain to you why. So from this high that I assumed wave, the ending move, complete ending move. I didn't care what it was. I just assumed this was the conclusion of the entire structure. So therefore, if I'm going to assume a conclusion to a structure, certain things have to happen in a very particular order. And if they do not happen in this particular order, it is most likely not going to be reversal. And let me explain to you what it is. It pop up in the thing, because I give it to you guys. I gave you our rules. I gave you the exact rules. It's right here. Trade like Satoshi. Boom, boom, boom. Let us find the charts. Right here. Boom, 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 boom. Let's zoom in on it too. When entry is made, that right here, must retrace 100% of the final move in less time and complexity of that particular pattern being studied. This entire range from this low to that high has to be cleared in less time and complexity with the following move after that, if it is indeed going to be a logical reversal. Step 1. That pivot was broken in less time and complexity, but failed to break that low, which is that pivot. Yeah. That one rule would literally save you your ass so much. It's this reason why I went long right here. It's the reason why I went long right here. To be long this no matter what. But I needed to prove to myself that it is going to be that, move. You confirmed wave 5 wasn't in. Yes, I confirmed. I didn't confirm it, but I had logical reasons to assume that the final move wasn't in. That's not necessarily. Don't get wrapped around wave 5, wave C. Just understand the final move. The final move. The final move will always happen like this, no matter what. Literally all the time, at every time frame. It will always happen like this. The final move will get cleared in less time and complexity if it is indeed going to be a true reversal. This was the final move, I assumed, of this particular pattern being studied from the low, from down here. And since that final move wasn't cleared in less time and complexity, and actually held the lowest pivot, I can't assume this is a logical conclusion to this entire pattern. And therefore I had no choice but to listen to rules and close my short and long it. Now that may, it still may be held within the confines of a correction, but the point is that I understood that this couldn't be a start of a new downtrend to the south side unless some more complexity takes place where it's like an ABC. That's essentially it, though. Essentially it. So again, the reason why I flip bias is just based on how I judge a conclusion to a particular pattern being studied should end. I might have the rule. The hard rule is written in the book. Now this is why I go for this is literally the reason why I go for extreme trades. So I'm trying to find the rule that's written by Glenn. It's in this book, though. It's in Mastering Elliott EW, which is Glenn's book, which is aka Neo Wave Theory. It's in here, though. I literally just read it yesterday. I have it posted on my Twitter, but it's so deep in my pictures that you're never going to find it. You have more chance finding it in the book, in my opinion. Man, that sucks. I thought I was going to be able to show you. Oh well. And if you really want to, if you don't believe me, it's in the book, Mastering Elliott Wave. Well, it's not spelled Elliott Wave, but it's spelled just EW. But it's, oh well, here's the rule I wrote about it. When after I read it, right here. This is literally it. See, notice the difference between there That's literally it. Right there, man. Bread and butter for reversals right here. Bread and butter right here. Market breaks a trend line less time than final move. If it does not, the move is not done. Market retraces 100% of final move in less time than the final move itself and in less complexity. Initial reaction to new trend is less than 0.68 a retrace. That's literally, I've said this countless times, day in, day out. Oh, did we hit the 618? 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 Did we stay under the 618? If we move it up against 618. Listen to these things. And this trade actually was 100%. This is actually ended up being true. This ended up going up long when this chart was made. ETHUSD on February 1st, 2019. Just to show you that this shit works. ETHUSD. Man, I probably should have took that short. Oh well. Win some losing. And what time frame was that? 15-minute time frame. January 1st. Damn, that was first. That was a long time ago. That was so long ago. Right here. Literally right here. January... Oh, it's right here. What? February. Stupid. February 1st. Oh, you are a cocksucker. I knew that was going to do that. TradingView should literally... They should do something about that. How it jumps you back. Why? Why? This is far to go back. That is stupid as hell. Did it stop showing? That's stupid. Fuck you, TradingView. Fuck you. I can't go that far back in time. You're a dick. Just wanted to prove to you. Wow. I guess I can't show. Oh yeah, I can. Yes, I can. It's right here. So right there, I assumed an ABC and then back up. See what happened. Which is right here. ABC, back up. And the only reason why I thought that was because the complexity of this move. Notice how this moved up and then this moved down. Notice the angle of things. Notice the complexity of things. Notice the last move up. The last move up was from here to there. Did this pivot get broken in less time and complexity? Absolutely not. And I already had that before this move was even made, which was we're here. I had the understanding, an idea that this wasn't going to be the reversal because this has taken so much complexity and so much time that it could only be assumed as one or two things: either the continuation of upside, which didn't make sense to this structure, or part of an ABC, which made sense to this structure, and therefore I had no choice but to label it as a W, X, and Y, which was perfect. Which was a perfect label. Hits all the checks you need. Symmetrical, W and Y hold symmetry in time. Zigzag, flat. This shit works, man. Works on all time frames. All time frames. All time frames. So, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't know Elliott Wave. This one aspect would show you so much. Like, for instance, from this, label this pivot. Let's just assume you think this is the final move of whatever structure you're studying. You don't, again, You don't have to be an Elliottician to understand this concept. This concept can be applied to any type of trading, any type of trader. You don't need to understand. I'll check that. You don't need to understand Elliott Wave to understand this concept. All you have to understand is, okay, I assume this is the final move, and if it is going to be the final move, certain things have to happen in a certain particular order. 1, the final move must be broken in less time and complexity. 2, the coinciding final the move after the final move, so the move that breaks the final move in less time and complexity, cannot exceed the 618 retrace. But again, you don't need Elliott Wave. You just need to understand market structure and where, and you know, if this is the final move. This is assume, you know, this is one move, and you assume in this move that this could be the final move. And so you draw the pivot low to that final move, and if that pivot low is taken out in less time and complexity, you could assume that. I think this one might not give you a check. Ooh, it's right. They're basically even. So that one really didn't give you it. But, dude, I'm telling you, there's been times where you don't even need Elliott Wave for this aspect. Like, for instance, like for this move right here. You don't need Elliott Wave. This is the final move from here to there, right? From here to there. Final move. Very complex in this area. Very complex. This was very simple. You could assume that that was in. That was moved down. I want to find a true reversal. My favorite one happened recently on Bitcoin USD. This is here. From that move to that move, that was very less complex and very impulsive. Same thing with this move. From this high to that low, you know, that broke it in less time. That broke it in less time and complexity, then that was a sell signal, no matter what. Same thing here. From there to there, that was broken in less time and complexity. Therefore, that was a buy signal, which we bought. We were buyers. And up here. Now this would have probably, you know, 3 or 4 whirl based on this. You would have to understand Elliott Wave more in depth to understand this move, but here, you know, from the top, this is why I was bearish from the top back then. I hate that. I'm not gonna go back to it. Alright, I've discussed and explained enough of my idea and ideology between with that, so let's go to that final thing so we get the fuck out of here, because I'm hungry as shit. XTC. Where was it? I think it was right here. Ah, man. It disregarded my idea. It is what it is. I didn't get to long it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to chase it. I don't chase anything. I let it come to me. If I don't get the trade I want, I don't trade it. Fuck chasing shit. I never chase anything. I never chase anything. Literally anything in my life. Fuck that. Therefore, since this didn't break the low I wanted, this is all B-Wave. This should do this then. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 1, 2. This could do this. Yeah. This chart is, this coin is still eluding me. Hasn't really given me a really good setup, and so I'm just gonna wait for that setup. Yes, I could. Yes, I'm assuming this. It broke a major trend line, in my opinion. But I'm just not going to be hopeful about this. Instead, I'm just going to be waiting for, you know, that shorting opportunity on the upside. show me that this idea, that this pattern's proven. You know, show me that this flat is a flat. Then I'll short that opportunity, with my idea being that this is a flat. And again, my reasoning for that is because an a corrective pattern must take shape of a very particular form, and therefore, if I'm assuming this move here is one move, which is very logical, that means C wave has to be of the same. Where the hell is that low? It's right here. And the reason why I don't like it as like a W, X, and Y is because this W is so fast compared to Y, it just makes no sense. And since this move was very fast, very sharp, this move has been not fast and not sharp, and it's been very, you know, sideways and complex. I can already assume that C is also going to be very sharp, and very sharp, unless it's like, you know, unless it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, which I don't think that's 4 anymore because it makes no sense in time. I don't believe that. If anything, like it's like an A, B, C, which would then be A, B, and a C, and it's still that. In fact, if we do this, if we break that low, break that low there, I'm assuming this is gonna be a buying opportunity, right into a shorting opportunity, right back into a buying opportunity. Again, I'm not interested in a trade on XTC, XTZ USD just because the way I trade is with logic, and therefore it didn't complete a pattern I needed and started doing something that I was not anticipating, and so I'm not really positive if this is exactly going to be the count. Although it's logical and it makes sense, I don't have that much confidence. And therefore, I want this pattern to prove to me that it is indeed an ABC flat, with this being, you know, 5 waves there. And as soon as I get that, or even if I get like a move here and then consolidation, then I'll probably long that for wave 5 and then short it when I assume this will be a completed pattern. All right, with that, you guys, we have been talking for longer than we usually talk. That's probably because I explained some things that I normally shouldn't explain, but hey, it is what it is. So with that, I'm going to start transitioning all the charts back over to our group, and we will start to get out of here. Because I know I've been talking for quite a while, longer than I usually do, and therefore you're probably tired of my voice about now. So let's start transitioning things. I'll start raising the volume up, and we can get out of here. Oh, I got a message. I'm trying to respond. Man, I was gonna flat there, but I didn't enter the top though, so I'm not gonna chase it. You whore. Can't remember what this is for. Son of a bitch. Talk to me about too many things. I can't remember what that line was for. Oh, was it for this? Yeah, it is. Okay. Fucking A, dude. I love BTSM so much, dude. Oh my god. These guys are fucking filthy. Fucking BTSM. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of determination. See how my screen's kind of cut off there? Why? Interesting. I'll probably long that just because it makes sense. My pleasure, Savannah. As always, my guy. I'm gonna have to do some more fucking brainstorming on Ethereum for a logical. All that I know that this is A. That's all I know. How is this your flat running flat? I don't like it because it exceeds the max requirement for a flat to the upside. I fucking love this song. That works. I don't know why that didn't pop out to me at first. Oh shit! I just let my phone die. But I didn't even notice it. Ugh. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I have my phone playing fucking music. So I'll start playing this shit. I don't know, man. I'm actually thinking of this now because I'm trying to, piece together with Bitcoin. That's a lot of price action to make for Bitcoin's last push up, if it is going to be just push up. So maybe it's this instead. It's an A, B. I'm going to go with this. I like this better. I don't know why I can't click on that red fucking thing. Funny. I can't even click on that. Very strange. Fake out here, I think. If you want to be bullish right there, go like that, boom. I don't like being that zoomed in. It hurts my fucking brain. Focus outside. Great. One second. Mouse died. Oh no, Clabin flipped it out. There we are. There we go. Back in session. I don't really care about that coin, to be honest with you, trade it or tell anybody about it, so I'm not going to care about There's really nothing in between here, though, so just be very adamant. Be aware of that. I'm actually not going to post this because I'm not 100% confident on that, so I'm just not going to post it. Risk yourselves.
Flying high on Bitbird Radio.
That last song was I Don't Think I Can Do This Again by the legend Muramasa. Man, that drop is something else, honestly. You also heard I Can Change Your Mind by the homie Duskus. I know I've said this a million times, but Duskus, you're special, man. You've created your own sound, and I'm so proud, and it's only a matter of time before the world starts to realize this. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to the 50th episode of Bitbird Radio, and we were just about to move to the Go Slow selection for this week. This week, Mr. Go Slow remixed Be Your USA by Easy Fun. Take a deep breath and enjoy the ride with Go Slow.
This is Bitbird Radio with San Holo.
This is the most painstaking part of this right here. Getting all the charts back to the members in a way that is understandable and not just chicken scratch. Dude, look how well this trend data works on Forex. It's ridiculous. We would have bought here, sold here. Sure, you gotta take a small loss there. Sold there, maybe a small loss there if you're not quick. But dude, it works so well. If you don't have a strategy, dude, trend data coupled with SRSI will do you so much wonders you won't even believe. Selecting this. Assuming that will come back right there. And I'm end up creating a larger flat. Oh my gosh, I forgot to look at the yuan. SNY USD, holy shit.
Sanholo presents Bitbird Radio.
I'm surprised if you're still here, you're gonna get CNY USD. Man, that sucks. We don't get a volume. We don't get volume. That sucks. Oh my gosh, bro. That is ridiculously crazy. At some point in time, this will happen again. I think this, though. One, two, three, four. Extension and fifth wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Top. 5-wave impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-wave impulse. By the way, if you haven't noticed already, I always use the same color codes for all my waves. I don't know. Wow. Unless this is a truncation right there. The max amount of price we could go down is there and still hold this structure. I would really wish if that would have happened here, you know. If we get up to that zone, it makes sense because our minimum requirement is right here, which is perfect. I'm so fucking hungry, it's not even fucking funny anymore. My stomach is literally eating itself. This setup's really easy. Your stop is like right above that, and you're targeting that low right there. Yeah, confluence with your 3-day being atrocious. Absolutely horrible.
In the mix with San Holo.
And so far, from this move to that move to that move to that move, it has taken more complexity. So, I think this is a high chance that this is this. And that is it, you guys. We're all wrapped up. Appreciate y'all tuning in. If anyone's still here watching, tuning in to the sounds in the background, appreciate y'all. Thank you, Nels and Zavana, for always being consistent and always being, viewers and participating in the analysis, asking me questions, telling me to double check things, look at things. I appreciate y'all immensely. Don't ever be afraid to ask me questions in this discussion. I'll always be open to anything and open to brainstorming it. So with that, my friends and my family of Elevate Trading, it is time for me to say goodbye. So I appreciate y'all tuning in again. I hope y'all have a great night and a great weekend. You'll catch me, your boy Satoshi motherfucking Heavy, with another dose of crypto right for you on Sunday. We'll get it popping at around 10 to 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and we usually go for about 2 hours. 2 hours on Sunday, and on Sunday we discuss every implication possible on both the high time frame and low time frame on every single chart we discussed today, both Forex and cryptocurrency. If you have any other charts you would like for me to start looking into, or just look into Sunday, shoot me a DM in Discord or on Twitter, and I'll be happy to write it down so I can make it a preparation for it coming Sunday. All right. So with that, I'm gonna try to transition out of here. We'll listen to music in the background for about 5 minutes, and y'all can kiss me goodbye. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been your boy Satoshi motherfucking Heavy with another dose of crypto. Till next time, my friends. Peace out and stay safe. Much love.
Flying high on Big Bird Radio.
You just heard Capture by the homie Vic Alexis. Vic, I hope you're good. We haven't talked in a long time, but hit me up sometime. Be good to talk and catch up. You also just heard Be Alright by Weird Inside. Alright, on to the 50th retro record. This week, the retro record is one from the guys that truly inspired me to start producing. Here's We Major by the one and only Kanye West. Enjoy.
Spread your wings with Bitbird Radio. Bird Radio with San Holo. Flying High on Big Bird Radio.
The last one was Retrograde by the man Knapsack. I love Knapsack. Check out Knapsack. Great upcoming artist. You also heard Over You by fellow Dutch producer Zes. Definitely one to look out for if you didn't know him already. Zes. I found out about Zes a couple months ago, and I'm really into his stuff. Go check him out. Alright guys, that's it for me for the 50th episode of Big Bird Radio. Thank you guys so much for tuning in every time. For the full track list, head over to my socials at Sunhole.